Dr. Google. We've all been there. 1 second, you're Googling a headache, and the next, you're deep in a rabbit hole convinced you have a disease so rare, it doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. But is Googling your symptoms a good idea or just asking for trouble? Today, we're counting down the top 10 arguments for and against consulting Dr. Google about your health. Spoiler alert, you'll definitely want to stick around for the part where I tell you which websites are actually reliable, because half-baked info is the last thing you need when your health's on the line. Whether it's a cough that won't go away or a mysterious rash, the internet has become our go-to for medical information. But while the web is a treasure trove of knowledge, it's also a swamp of outdated advice, scare tactics, and unreliable sources. So should you turn to Dr. Google when you're feeling under the weather? Let's break it down with the top 5 pros and cons of Googling your health issues. And don't worry, I'll throw in some trusted sites so you don't fall for those half-baked cures and diagnoses. Top 5 arguments for consulting Dr. Google. Number 5, it's quick and convenient. Nothing beats the convenience of typing your symptoms into Google and getting instant results. Who has time to wait for a doctor's appointment when you can get information in seconds? It's there, it's fast, and Dr. Google is always open. Number 4, you can educate yourself before seeing a doctor. Dr. Google can give you a basic understanding of what might be going on so you can better ask questions and feel more confident in your conversations with your physician. But, and this is a big but, make sure you're getting that information from reliable sources like Mayo Clinic, MedlinePlus, or the CDC, not random forums where people claim pineapple juice cured their chronic illness. Number 3, you can find support from others with similar conditions. There's something comforting about hearing from people who've been through the same thing. Online forums and support groups can connect you with others facing similar challenges, giving you emotional support and practical advice. However, always double check what you find with expert-reviewed sites like Cleveland Clinic or Healthline, because advice from fellow patients isn't always accurate, and you don't want to end up following well-intentioned but half-baked solutions. Number 2, you get immediate information on urgent symptoms. Got chest pain at 2 a.m.? You're probably heading to Google to figure out whether to panic or wait it out. It can help you gauge if something is urgent or if it can wait until morning. But again, go straight to reputable sites like WebMD or Cleveland Clinic for reliable symptom checkers. The last thing you want is to self-diagnose using sketchy advice from the bottom of the search results. Number 1, it empowers you to take charge of your health. Let's be real, no one cares more about your health than you do. Consulting Dr. Google can give you the knowledge and confidence to take control, ask for second opinions, or pursue alternative treatments. But remember, even the best research should come from trusted sources. Again, sites like Mayo Clinic, National Institutes of Health, Lab Tests Online have the research-backed information you need to make informed decisions. Don't let clickbait headlines or miracle cures trick you into half-baked medical advice. The top 5 arguments against consulting Dr. Google. Number 5, it's a search engine, not a doctor. Yep, Google knows a lot, but it didn't spend years in medical school. You might get a flood of results, but are any of them credible? You don't want to trust your health to some random website with flashy ads. That's why it's crucial to stick with sites like MedlinePlus or Healthline that are backed by experts. The search engine can't practice medicine, but these trusted sites can give you reliable, evidence-based information. Number 4, it leads to the worst-case scenario spiral. If you've ever Googled a symptom, you know how this goes. You start with a mild headache, and by the time you've clicked a few links, you're convinced it's a rare, fatal condition. Dr. Google tends to pull up the scariest possibilities first, but here's a tip. WebMD and Mayo Clinic are much better at explaining what's common and what's rare. Stick with them to avoid going down the panic rabbit hole. Number 3, information overload. Google gives you a lot of information, so much that it's easy to get overwhelmed. With countless conflicting results, how do you even know where to start? That's why trusted sources are key. Sites like Cleveland Clinic and National Institutes of Health distill complex info into easy-to-understand formats, so you don't have to sift through mountains of contradictory advice. They filter out the noise so you don't get buried in half-baked nonsense. Number 2, misdiagnosis is inevitable. When you self-diagnose using Google, you're more likely to get it wrong than right. Why? Because symptoms often overlap, and without a complete medical history, it's hard to pinpoint the real issue. Dr. Google might tell you it's indigestion, but a real doctor can spot that it's actually a heart attack. That's why reliable sites like Lab Tests Online are better at explaining test results, but even then, don't substitute them for a real diagnostic from a professional. Number 1, it can delay professional care. Here's the biggest danger. If you trust Dr. Google too much, you might put off seeing an actual doctor. Whether you think you've solved it or you're avoiding the possibility that it's serious, self-diagnosis can make you complacent or overly fearful. In the end, this can delay critical treatment. Stick with trusted sources like Mayo Clinic and PubMed for reliable info, but remember, they're there to inform you, not replace your doctor. So who wins, Dr. Google or real doctors? The internet can be a valuable tool for learning about your health, but you have to be smart about it. The real key is balance. Use trusted sites like Mayo Clinic, the CDC, MedlinePlus, or Healthline for reliable, research-backed information. Then talk to your doctor. Avoid forums, sketchy advice, or websites offering miracle cures or worse, outdated info that could lead to harm. Dr. Google is great for curiosity, but terrible for real diagnostics. When to use Dr. Google and when to walk away? Go ahead and consult Dr. Google when you're curious, but keep it grounded with trusted websites. Stick to expert-approved sources, and remember, no search engine can diagnose or treat you. Use the information to educate yourself, but never let it replace a real visit with your doctor. After all, when it comes to your health, half-baked advice isn't worth the risk. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like.